live. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways.
All right, everyone. Welcome back. Good to be back. We are here drafting some more Eliminator teams. We are a little behind where I want to be in terms of pace to get at least 50 teams into the tournament. So we're going to be ripping some today, drafting out of the 111. Just trying to find some good background music for us. Just pulling up my exposures on the other tab here, just so I can reference back and forth. Pull up the draft board here. This is Eliminator number 19. All right, we are up in 2 picks here. Now 1 pick. By ADP, it is Neighbors. By my rank, it is Neighbors. Hoping to... Neighbors is gone. I like grabbing Nico Collins here. I actually think the move probably was to draft Achan and then Collins on the comeback, but I'm fine either way there. I think we just go Amon-Ra here. No, we'll go Brian Thomas Jr. It's actually my first Brian Thomas Jr. share in the Eliminator, so glad I pivoted last second there. Oh, it didn't go through. Oh, that's disaster. We are off to a disastrous start so far. Already have 3 Amon-Ra shares. No Brian Thomas Jr. shares. That's quite unfortunate. Stream is looking good though. Got the Ethernet connected. Cool, everything's looking good so far. Yeah, quite unfortunate that we couldn't get Brian Thomas Jr. there. I thought I got it in before. All right, 6 picks away. Starting 2 receivers, kind of give ourselves some leeway. By rank, I have Brees Hall and Amari Hampton. A couple of fallers. I would assume that Lamar and Garrett are off the board by the time I pick. Not going to get my hopes up there that either of them fall back to me. But I'm good with Hampton. Good with Worthy. Garrett Wilson would be a pretty ridiculous fall to me here. Surely he just auto drafts Garrett Wilson. He does. I am happy taking Amari Hampton here. I have a feeling that Najee is just going to get cut. And he takes Worthy. Quite unfortunate. But with 1 running back and 2 receivers that I drafted in the first and second round, I think taking Jaden Daniels here at an ADP, kind of a no-brainer. Best way to just raise your floor is high QB output. Pretty happy with this start so far. Would have loved Garrett Wilson at a mega discount, but can't count on something like that happening. And honestly, I think Brian Thomas versus Amon-Ra St. Brown, BTJ versus Carolina week 1 or Amon-Ra versus Green Bay week 1. I think we have a good opportunity to kind of go anywhere but quarterback with these next 2 picks. Rashee Rice still going at 51. Horrendous pick. The only thing that matters in this format is week 1. You cannot advance your team if you're... Well, I won't say you can't. But going to be hard to advance your team if your 5th round pick doesn't play. Up in 3 picks here. By ADP, we have Devontae Smith. By rank, my top is Calvin Ridley. I think pretty happy. Let's take a look ahead, because I know I'm going to take Debo with one of these picks. When we come back at 83 and 86... going to be kind of ugly at running back, so I think let's do Debo. see what kind of comes back to us. And I think I'm just going to take... and I do have quite an aggressive ranking on Debo, almost a round ahead of ADP, just with all of this Terry McLaurin uncertainty. And I think, even with Terry McLaurin being there, Debo is still a pretty strong pick. We will come back at 83, 86, ADP-wise. Would love to get Hawkinson there. Mason there. I think that's a really strong kind of double click. Maybe we get a little bit of a Brian Robinson fall. But I think any two of these three I would be happy with. And this way, we kind of skip the tier of guys at wide receiver, kind of like from Diggs down. We kind of just give ourselves, outs to a lot of like really good projectable volume guys, stacked Debo with Jaden Daniels. We know Collins and Brown are going to get their targets. Same with Calvin Ridley. Oh, we got Quattro Watro in the building. What's up, brother? Look at that. You got the little #1 fan icon there. Shout out to Quattro Watro. Quattro, how does the music sound? You hear the music okay? Is it too loud? Too low? I just kind of want it to be background noise. All right. Let me make these picks. Jordan Mason does go. We will just grab Hawkinson. And probably Warren. See if I can turn the music back up a little bit. I bumped up the music a little bit. Alright, so I think we're going to have to be hitting running back pretty hard the rest of this draft. You can see I don't even have guys like Judkins, Cup, Ayuk, Harris in the ranks. Kind of just want nothing to do with those guys. We'll be back up at 131, so I don't have to take Hollywood here, although I do have a pretty aggressive ranking on him. May is gone. Don't like any of these running backs. I think this is just Ty J. Spears. I don't want to take one of these quarterbacks. I know I have Cam Ward as an out later. Think I'll probably pull up Rachaad White. I think Tampa versus Atlanta is a game that Buccaneers could find themselves behind in. think we'll take Tootin here. And we're happy with whatever wide receiver makes it back to us. I think ideally I want Hollywood with no Rasheed and Kelsey being washed. I don't think we should have any network error. That's annoying. There we go. Let's give this a little refresh. Picks away at 155 and 158. Would love to grab Dylan Sampson. For sure grabbing Cam Ward. It's going to get a little sweaty at quarterback now with some of these guys coming off the board. I mean, he will be a mega priority now that Penix is off. We need to hope that RPD and this guy takes Ward as his third QB. Well, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble at QB. But I still think Sampson is the pick here and hope the guy behind us doesn't take Geno. Dylan Sampson comes off the board. We can do Geno. Rodgers later. Let's do a little reach on Besh. Just let's make sure we have Geno stacked. I do not want to take the risk that we have an unstacked Geno. Besh's ADP is about 4 picks ahead of my next slot, so I mean, really, what's the functional difference between Kyle Williams, Josh Palmer, and Jack Besh. Right, we would like to make it a point to get Rodgers if he falls, hopefully. If we don't get Rodgers, we can always do some sort of Russell Wilson backstack. I do not love that. Got a 2.561. I mean, maybe we do the Rodgers double. I wonder how likely. Well, I think the guy in front of me takes Jonnu. So as long as he doesn't go 4 QB, we can snatch up A-Rod, get him stacked. Yeah, he took Jonnu. We will grab A-Rod as our third QB. Is there any ADP value? Chubb, not really interested in that. Could go Pat Bryant. You know, let's just take Nick Chubb. Don't really love how this team played out. Probably until tough to say, honestly. This hurt. I think Mason going one pick before me hurt quite a bit. I think maybe I would have liked to have had. I mean, do I feel better about this team if Calvin Ridley is Isaiah Pacheco? Probably more likely that Pacheco hits my lineup in the RB2 spot week 1. All right, we got 2 more picks. I think for sure 1 tight end. And then another running back on top of that. Quite like De'Ami Brown if he makes it to me here. 3-5-5-3 is quite interesting. I believe this guy's auto drafting in front of me. So it would not surprise me if he... okay, nice. Easy De'Ami Brown click. And I think easy Elijah Arroyo click. Not an easy Elijah Arroyo click. I think we just go Sanders. All right. That was our last pick. Let's do a team recap, and then I'm going to fire off another one. At quarterback, we have Jaden Daniels, Geno Smith, and Aaron Rodgers. At running back, we have Amarian Hampton, Jalen Warren, Tyjae Spears, Rashad White, Bashaw Tutin, and Nick Chubb. At wide receiver, we have Nico Collins, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Deebo Samuel, Calvin Ridley, Hollywood Brown, Jack Besh, De'Ami Brown. And then at tight ends, we're closing out with TJ Hawkinson and Jatavian Sanders. Decent team. I loved the first 4-round start. Rounds 5 and 6 is kind of where I didn't know what I wanted to do. I know I wanted Deebo, and I think Deebo is the number 1 option on the Commanders, is ahead of all of these guys. He's on a better offense. Even if he's the number 2, he's on a better offense than Cleveland. There's less mouths to feed than Chicago. Better offense than New Orleans. He's going to run full routes over Travis Hunter and Jacksonville. He's just better than Juwan Johnson. I think we could have made an argument over, like, do we want Jalen Waddle over Deebo? But I think already having Daniels will break the tie to Deebo. But back to the original point was, should we have gone Henderson? Like, Deebo would have been here at 62, right? His ADP is on this left side of the board. Should we have gone Henderson or Pacheco over, like, Deebo? I mean, if we have this 2v2 of, like, Deebo and Ridley, do we like Deebo and Henderson or Deebo and Pacheco more? Questionable. I think having one of those guys as my RB2 makes his team a little better. But I guess we will find out in 6 weeks. Let's go ahead and name this team. It was Eliminator number 19 on the year. Stream draft 7/22/25. And let's fire off another bullet. Alright, we are back in another lobby, drafting out of the 102. Let's do a quick exposure check here on some of the guys we got. Got 1 share of Jefferson, 1 share of CD, 1 share of Jamar, so Saquon we have 2 shares, so I'm good on that. Bijan we have 2 shares, good on that. Gibbs we have 2 shares, so we got to get the Chase, Jefferson, CD exposures up. I think I will tie break to Jefferson here just because CD will face the Eagles week 1. So we will go Jay Jettas. Got FFB Wizard in here. I believe he was the guy who advanced 50% of his teams in BBM and then didn't get any teams to the finals. Quite an unfortunate run out. Wow, CD at 8. Quite the fall. Sure, he's very happy with a CD Lamb share at 8. Let me turn the light on in here. I would be very happy with Chase Brown at 22, going up against Cleveland week 1. Could just see that being a game where they run the piss out of the ball. I think outside of that, no real strong preferences. All right, up in 1 pick. Got a nice little run of running backs there. All right, McConkey goes, so we will take Chase Brown. I think I'm okay letting him grab Bowers. I'm not too thrilled with the elite tight ends in this format. don't want to do Higgins because we just drafted Brown. 26, 40, so 47.50. What does that look like ADP wise? Yeah, I like that ADP to grab Lamar here. At 47.50. I really like taking Xavier Worthy if he's there. I think I'm going to make a point to take Flowers to pair with Lamar. Would be happy with either of those guys there. The top 3 QBs all come off in a row, which is interesting. Man, Garrett Wilson has fallen twice today in these lobbies. What is going on? Someone's going to get a mega gift on Garrett Wilson here. Almost a round after ADP? Yeah. What is this guy's team looking like? Ooh. That's a nasty team. Well, I guess as of a couple days ago, this is probably a pretty... No, it's still a pretty unique combo. Like Garrett Wilson goes here, and he still would have grabbed him like here. I bet you this guy tries to stack Hurts with Devontae. Man, imagine Devontae Adams makes it back to me. Well, he won't make it back to me. I think I need to be prepared for a heartbreak of not getting Xavier Worthy. Would be quite disastrous if Worthy and T-Mac come off the board. Maybe we just go Ken Walker, Zay Flowers. We are back up at 71 and 74. Yeah. We have 1 share of Pickens, 1 share of Flowers. I think I'm just going to grab Flowers and stack him with Lamar. I think we can build out a fun receiver room. Looking ahead here, the rest of this draft board. Like, I think drafting at 71, we're really hoping like it's just Pacheco making it back to us. And I think just taking kind of fate and randomness out of the equation, we just go ahead and grab Kenneth Walker. Right, like what, like this 2v2, this 2v2 would be essentially a 2-leg parlay, right? We need to get Pacheco at ADP. That's kind of the first leg of the hit. Then we're playing this 2v2 of like, would we rather have Pickens and Pacheco or Kenneth Walker and Deebo Samuel? I think personally I would take the Ken Walker side. You kind of look at those week 1 matchups. You have Kansas City at Los Angeles, and you have Seattle at San Francisco. Maybe I just prefer the Pacheco side, but we'll see if he even makes it back to us at 71. We still might take him at 71, to be honest. Really, some of these names at wide receiver, at that ADP, I like some of these guys that go past them. I think this is something that I just don't agree with. Montgomery going ahead of these two, plus, yeah, see, Pacheco went at 75, so good call by us. Sorting by ADP, I mean, fingers crossed that we get one of these guys here. I'm not going to say it because they get taken every time I say it. Okay, he goes. I think I'm still happy with Deebo. Our next 2 picks are going to be at 95 and 98. I can grab Igbuka there, which I love. Happy taking another share of Deebo. And hopefully... Oh, wow. Big Travis Hunter fall. I don't think I can pass up Travis Hunter if he falls here. I have 2 shares of Travis Hunter. Okay, he goes. So, yeah, I can take Diggs here, I think. I think pretty strong likelihood that he's just everything for the Patriots. That also opens up Drake May for us. Uh, 95, 98, we draft again. Would love to grab Emeka Egbuka at 95 if possible. He's like this is right at ADP. Gets pretty ugly right after Egbuka. Like, I probably just pull up Drake May and just shut it down at QB probably. All right, 3 picks away. Would love either of these guys to fall to me here. Just need one of these guys to do something a little wacky. Now we sweat. Grab Egbuka here. And then with our next pick, pretty happy with Egbuka. Quite honestly, I think we just grab May and just shut it down at quarterback. I don't think we have a reason to draft a third. I don't want to take Kelsey. Don't want to take Kupp. Not really looking to pull up J.K. Dobbins this far. Yeah. I think we just go May. Really strong team so far. I like this team a lot. All right, we are back up at 119 and 122. I like Spears. I like Njoku. I like Kraft. Honestly, that might just be like a Njoku Kraft double click and just kind of forget about it. Like, no real names at running back are really standing out. And then at 143 and 146, we have guys like Guerrero, but I'll probably like pull up Samson, you know. Spears comes off the board. I mean, surely one of these guys takes Evan Ingram. Pretty big fall on Jaden Higgins. But I think we already have one rookie receiver. Rashad Bateman goes, Andrews goes. Yeah, I'm pretty content clicking Njoku here. Yeah, I think Njoku Kraft is just kind of a smash here. I like this team quite a bit. I think we just call it at quarterback and tight end. We'll probably have to start hammering running back pretty soon. But drafting Chase Brown in the second, and then Ken Walker, right? Like, nothing else really made sense at running back here. I don't have Najee ranked. I'm not going to draft Charbonnet with Ken Walker. Feels a little too early for Ray Davis and Rachaad White. I'm done at QB. Christian Kirk doesn't really do anything for this team. So, I think kind of a no-brainer. Just take two guys who, you know, are probably going to be top 8 every week, right? Like, I think I probably just guarantee myself a top 8 tight end every week with the hope that they're obviously higher, you know. But kind of just looking ahead, I think this feels like a team that would be a 2-7-7-2. Times 857. Yeah, I think up in 5 picks. Quite a big Herbert fall. So I have 3 shares of Bashal Tutin, so I'm gonna pass on him here. We're gonna go Samson. We have a little Browns Bengals week 1 mini stack going. Man, I think the actual question is QJ or Gurendo. We have 1 share of QJ, 1 share of Gurendo. Oh, Gurendo goes, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think this is just QJ. I think it would have been an interesting discussion, QJ versus Gurendo. I think in this spot I might lean Gurendo. I didn't really have a ton of time to look ahead at what would have been there at 67, 70. Yeah. I don't know. I think the names here at running back are a little better than the names of wide receiver. All right, back up on a couple picks here. Oh my god. Surely there's no way. Yeah, I mean, damn. That would have been so sick. Man, getting two in like 4 round or three rounds essentially after ADP. That would have been something else, man. Is this Sanders or is this Jalen Wright? I think Jalen Wright is just like not better than Ollie Gordon. Right? Like I think as a prospect, Ollie Gordon was just better. Man, Bashal Tootin would have been a dream. All right, 3 more rounds to go. Sitting at 2-5-6-2. Four picks in front of us, 3 running backs that I would like to choose. We will be getting one of them for sure. I think I want Will Shipley over Braylon Allen. Just not many guys that I'm like dying to draft. Yeah, wide receiver here. I think maybe just go Michael Wilson and hope he finds the end zone against a bad New Orleans team. Picks after ADP. Yeah, I think that's fine. And honestly, I don't hate the last pick being a running back or a tight end. Not many wide receivers that I love. I think DJ Giddens could be interesting. I think Keaton Mitchell could be interesting. I think I would tie break to Keaton Mitchell just having Lamar and Zay. I already have a share of DJ Giddens. So we can grab a Keaton Mitchell share. Alright, let's do a little team recap of this one. We have Lamar Jackson, Drake May at quarterback. Running backs are Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Dylan Sampson, Roshan Johnson, Miles Sanders, Will Shipley, and Keaton Mitchell. Wide receivers, we have Justin Jefferson, Zay Flowers, Deebo Samuel, Stephon Diggs, Emeka Egbuka, Quentin Johnston, Michael Wilson. And tight ends, we have David Njoku and Tucker Kraft. So we have a little Baltimore stack with Lamar, Keaton Mitchell, Zay. Keep that week 17 in mind if I am one of three. We got Kraft on that opposite side. And then we have Drake May stacked up with Diggs. So, yeah, I like this team. I think a really high floor team. I think a really high floor with the two quarterbacks, with the top two running backs, with the tight ends. It's going to just kind of be a matter of what the receivers do. But really strong team. I like this team a lot. I'm going to go ahead and name this one. Come on, don't lie to me. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and name this one off stream, and we will call it a stream. I'll probably be back tomorrow, hopefully, to draft some more.